Hey guys, welcome to Mountain Murders.
Hey, how's it going?
What's happening?
I'm Heather.
And I'm Dylan.
And you're drinking a beer. Are
And
you going to be over there rattling around and making a lot of noise? You know that irritates me.
Now, I grabbed it silently. Honestly, if you had not seen me touch the beer can, you would not have known that I'm touching it.
No, I heard it rattle.
Okay, and I'm just gonna...
What are you having tonight?
What's just a PBR?
Oh, yeah?
Keeping it real.
Well, it is the Blue Ribbon winner.
It has been for probably like 75 years, it probably says on the cans.
I think it came out in the 1800s.
Yeah.
I think it came out actually for the World's Fair that was in Chicago. Was that like in 1896 or 98?
Wait a second. Was that the one where H.H. Holmes' murder motel was connected to that time?
I believe so, if I know my beer history.
Oh my God.
I might have to double check that. Someone will probably correct me if it's not true.
I'm going to take one drink and I'm putting it away, okay?
Okay.
Promise.
So we've been in the process of moving and we're pretty excited about that. We're actually not moving. It's not like we're really moving like out of state or anything. We're just moving a county over.
Yeah.
But you'll be closer to work.
That's right.
I'll be closer to family.
I won't be falling asleep driving home from work.
Yeah, totally true.
That'll be a plus. But yeah, we're closer to friends and family.
Yeah, so that'll be good. And we're excited because we're moving into a really cute house. And right now we are kind of living in, it's like hard to describe. It's like we live in an apartment that's attached to like a bigger house, almost like a duplex kind of thing.
Yeah, allegedly used to be like a lodge or something.
And we've come to realize that like having neighbors is not great, especially when you kind of have to share space with them.
I don't like seeing people, it turns out.
So we're pretty excited to be moving into this little house. We're going to have a big yard.
Yeah.
And be able to enjoy like evenings out on the porch.
I can't wait to sit outside.
I know, me too. So we've been packing, moving, trying to get that organized. And right now our house kind of looks like a crime scene.
It does. It totally, if they came in here, they'd be like, something's going on. Something's happened here.
Yes.
All this incredible wall art is stacked over here by the door. What's going on?
Someone was trying to steal Heather's Velvet Elvis.
They were, I think maybe it was they interrupted a robbery and now they're missing.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
They snaked our record collection.
Yeah, our records, our vintage ceramics, and some oddities.
Everybody wants a, Kenny Rogers album.
Well, who doesn't want 3 fetal pigs?
That's true.
In a glass case.
Everybody.
Or a rat skeleton in a glass case.
Hey, that was a beautiful gift. Thank you.
That was. Or a bat. That was a great gift.
Yeah. Or the little tentacle in a jar.
Yeah. So we have crazy, stupid stuff like that in our house, guys. Now you know.
Well, packing it up has been an adventure.
Yeah.
And you were talking a little bit ago about trying to sell stuff on Facebook. Yeah,
because
how just stupid that whole process is.
Well, yeah, you put something on there, and I'm sure someone out there can relate. Okay. Some of our incredible friends that listen to us. And so you put something on there, and then like 20 people are like, yeah, I want that now. I need that.
I want that one.
I want that one. So you're like, okay, cool. It's going to be easy to sell this thing. And then you go by, whoever answered first and kind of make a list. And then you go through about 10 people. Nobody shows up. And then you still got the fucking thing that you're trying to get rid of. So, yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody came that said they were coming,
we would have sold it 50 times.
We would have sold it 50 times. And I don't care what it is you list, that's what you deal with on Facebook.
It's true. I know. But is there a more reliable way to sell your items?
That's free?
Yeah,
probably not. Because 1 out of that 100 people will come get that shit.
Funny enough, I did host a call-in radio show where people would sell their items.
Yeah.
It was hugely popular in the South, and especially I think in the mountain region, you get a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's really popular on AM radio, but we were on AM and FM. And so I would get people calling me up all the time trying to sell stuff. It was amazing.
I bet you got some real characters call up.
It was the most entertaining.
I could imagine.
I had a love-hate relationship with it. I loved it because it was so wildly entertaining, but I hated it because it was just stupid.
And you had to do it every day?
Yeah. It would get fucking old.
Yeah.
Like someone called me up wanting, somebody to come over and dehorn their goats.
Right, and then you'll get caught.
They're just ramming each other in the head, and I'm like, isn't that what fucking goats do? I mean...
Yeah, and then you get other people calling and say, what was that guy that needed his goat's dehorns number?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a goat dehorner?
Yeah, it was just something all the time.
Which is, if anybody's ever seen that, that's pretty fucking mean and cruel.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
The goat dehorning thing?
Yeah.
That they do to them when they're quite young?
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
It's pretty rough. And it's just not something I would do to an animal.
And I love goats.
Well, I don't.
How much I love baby goats.
I know, baby goats in pajamas. When I seen that one meme we put across Facebook, I knew you would totally... If the murderer had a baby goats in pajama in the car, you're done.
Yeah.
Because you're getting in the car.
I love baby goats.
Yeah, but it's pretty cruel. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Oh, before we get started, we should totally talk about the elephant in the podcast room.
Yeah, okay. So how we were talking about a way to make researching and putting a podcast episode or true crime episode together very easy.
You just go steal it from someone else.
You just go write word for word what they said and say it in your voice.
Well, I'll be honest. I've never been a big fan of Crime Junkie, whatever.
I tried.
They really get on my nerves.
But wait, are you? Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't.
You totally got that going on.
LOL, just can't. Like, I'm literally dying when I'm listening to it.
But at the same time, I could listen and be like, okay, that's well researched, and they're
well, yeah, it is
doing
because it turns out they fucking rip other people off.
They're doing a pretty good job of putting that together, and then you find out that sometimes maybe they didn't want to put the little bit of elbow grease in there.
Well, yeah, it's easy to produce a great podcast when you're ripping off other people's work.
That's true, but some people may say that we have not mentioned any sources or anything, and we typically get the big details and try to flesh it out ourselves.
We do. Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I go to the library and pull up a lot of old microfiche, and I'm looking through old newspaper articles.
Right, and also we do talk about some things that aren't very,
they're not
hugely popular
right.
or well known. And I'm not saying there's not a report or a newscast or, a newspaper article out there that has some words that we've said in it. Of course there is. But I do know that we don't just open up something and basically read it off your computer screen.
No, we don't.
But, so way to go, guys. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's really easy to put together a podcast when you're doing that, I guess.
And we are getting a little better and learning as we go, and we will get more professional on some of the ins and outs. Can I tell them what I thought about our intro, about our warning?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it would go like this. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to Mountain Murders. And Mountain Murders is about, wait for it, fucking murder. So it's not for kids, okay? So kick those little bastards out of the room, throw them out of the car.
Lock them in the trunk. No,
pour your glass of wine, crack your craft beer, and let's talk about murder.
So,
does that work?
Well, it does, and it's kind of funny. I mean, I know we're like, kind of joking and coking here a little bit before we get started, but I had breakfast with my dad. Was that like last weekend or something? Not that long ago. And we were talking about the podcast. I was telling him what we were doing, and he says, well, you really can't use foul language because people want to listen when they got kids in the car and stuff.
Right, to murder podcasts.
And I was like, I don't know how else I'm supposed to talk about Ed Kemper skull fucking his mom.
Right.
Which, of course, he just stares at me blankly.
Yeah, I don't know how you tone that down, but like Ed gently removed his mother's head, and this is what happened when two people are in love. He inserts his dick into her throat hole. I mean,
I don't know, but I was just like, Dad, it's a true crime podcast. I'm like, we're mostly talking about murder, and like,
it's not for kids.
Don't think that we really need to avoid foul language because I don't think people are listening with their kids. I say that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we totally were listening to that like Gigi Allen episode of was that
Disgraceland?
Yeah,
with your daughter, with Abella,
13-year-old, yeah,
with my now stepdaughter, and Gigi Allen's pretty rough.
Not everyone out there is a shitty parent like we are, I guess.
Okay, but I know that sometimes I listen to a little bit when I'm driving Ayla to school, but when it gets rough, if it does, I turn it off. Yeah,
I mean, we try to be mindful of that with our own kids. I joke about we're shitty parents, and we're not.
Oh no, we're just shitty enough to be regular folk.
Yeah, we're just shitty enough to fuck them up real good.
Yeah, well, you got to fuck them up a little bit because life's going to fuck them up.
Well, yeah.
And they got to be ready for that.
Right. And we kind of keep it real. We just kind of like raise them in a real, like, realistic, we're into realism.
Right.
In this household.
We're realist. So.
Maybe a little bit of surrealism. I don't know.
I can't. Okay, so I feel like we maybe should get on with it.
Yeah, let's get started
And
here.
what's this case about?
Well, we're going to take it way back. And if you're a North Carolina native, you've likely heard the story or at least heard of this case. We're going to be talking about the Legend of Frankie Silver.
That's a good one.
You know the story, huh?
I do. I've recently read of it, and I still haven't got the book out, but I will later.
I returned it to the library.
Oh, did you really?
I did.
Oh, okay. I guess I was a little late on the draw to finish it.
Well, it was due.
Okay. But yes, it was called Dead and Gone.
And it was 10 North Carolina murders?
10 most famous murders in North Carolina. So I forgot the author's name. It was very well written. I will look that up later.
I think his last name was Manley.
I think it's Manley. So yeah, if anybody else wants to check that out at your local library, it's a very good book on local
North Carolina murders.
North Carolina murders all over the state.
Well, mountain folks are unique individuals, for sure. Outsiders have viewed us as lazy, maybe moonshiners, feuding, superstitious over the generations. And the stereotype has not altered under today's lens much. Some of the older mountain legends and stories may help or hurt our cause. I don't know. Mountaineers traditionally may be simple people, but stupid and lazy we are not. Mountaineers are some of the most creative and industrious folks you'll ever meet. Why do I bring this up? Because today we're going to discuss one of the most infamous murder cases in North Carolina history, a case that potentially involves the, and I'm using air quotes here, hillbillies that one might imagine when they think of the Appalachian Mountains and the people who lived here in the past. Maybe even the people who live here today.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a few of them left out there.
Frances Stewart was born between 1813 and 1815. Now, little is known about her actual birth date, as record keeping was not what it is by today's standards. Some speculate she may have been born as early as 1810. The Stewarts, also known as the Stewards, had come up from Anson County or the lowlands, and mountain folks called them foreigners.
That's pretty funny because they're not even that far, they're not even from that far away.
Strangers were often nicknamed in the mountains as foreigners, or if you're local, foreigners. Now, the Stewarts settled near the Tow River and built their cabin near the Silvers farm. Frankie was about 6 years old when they moved to the area. The area is now known as the Kona community in Mitchell County.
Okay. Well, I know Mitchell County's at.
Yep, Mount Mitchell. Isn't that the highest peak elevation,
I think so.
East of the Mississippi River, I think?
Something like that. It's definitely in this
I've actually
area.
never been to Mount Mitchell. It's on my bucket list. And I hate to say that. I hate to admit that I have lived in this region pretty much my entire life, minus the few years I didn't live here.
Well,
I have yet to go to Mount Mitchell.
Can't we just go there tomorrow?
Yeah, we totally should.
Okay.
Well, life in the mountains was hard and rough for its residents. It has been noted that Frankie's parents educated her, and she could both read and write, which was not commonplace, especially for women at that time, particularly women in the mountain region. It's an isolated community. Education was scarce. If you managed to go to school, it was probably only for a few years. Most people dropped out by third, fourth grade.
Yeah.
Once you got kind of big enough, old enough to help around the homestead.
And also, that's all the education you needed to get through your daily life or job, to get jobs. You only needed to be able to have basic skills.
Right.
Like
and
that.
Most men weren't literate, but especially not women at that time. So the fact that Frankie could read and write was, kind of a big deal. By 14, Frankie had blossomed into a pretty blue-eyed blonde, maybe weighing about 90 pounds. So she was fairly petite. By 18, she was married to the neighbor's only son. Now, whether it was a love match or just circumstance, since the area was so rural, prospects were slim. They weren't swiping right on Tinder.
No, that's how you ended up with your cousin sometimes.
It's true. It was as if the two were destined to marry. The couple built a pole cabin down by the Tow River just over the ridge from the Silvers family home. Charlie Silver and Frankie would settle there in the cabin. Now, her husband, Charlie Silver, was 18. He was described as a rugged outdoor type. So when you're thinking about that traditional, stereotypical mountaineer maybe AKA Hillbilly. He's that guy.
Well, yeah, and you got to thank